Hello everybody, I'm Shemeaka. Welcome back to my channel, the Shemeaka Lashay's Effect, where you get to experience my vibe. That means that you're going to catch these vibes and find out why people love me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to be updated every time I upload so you guys do not miss what I'm doing on my channel. And don't forget to subscribe. Okay, guys, in today's video, we're going to get a little bit more on the serious level. Why I always do that. But we're going to get more on a serious level. Like, this is a serious matter. Disclaimer, do your research. I am not a doctor, and by all means, definitely stay getting your checkups, going to see the doctors. So yeah, y'all, let's get into it. But first, let me get my little sippy sip, and we're going to get into this video. Y'all, this is one of my cups that I made. The light is not reflecting it properly, and my camera is not picking up. This is my Waikisha Cup that I created. This was one of my practice cups. I wish that y'all can like really see my camera. It has bad lighting, but all the glitters that I use, that glitter, like, it definitely like reflects in the sun. It just be blinking, y'all. Like I'm telling y'all, this video is not doing it justice. I really wish that y'all can see it in person, but let me give y'all another look. It's colorful. You got your fruit, you got your candy, you got your water drops. Yeah, and I got the colorful ice on top. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, this video is definitely dealing with something that is very serious. Today, I'm going to be talking about the conditions that I deal with that affects my daily routine, that has affected my life tremendously. So I'm going to start off by giving y'all a little background. When I was younger, I stayed sick all the time. I was dealing with, it's one of them things when you young and you dealing with body issues that you shouldn't even be dealing with at a young age. I'm gonna get a little, so I'm not trying to be like too, like too inappropriate or anything like that. But to kind of give you a description of it, this is going to be TMI. So, yeah, when I was coming up, I used to be sick all the time. I had some issues going on with my body that at a young age you shouldn't be dealing with. I had fluid coming out of my nipples that looked it just like milk. Like literally my breast used to leak and everything, to the point to where they were sore, or either they would get it, or it'd be like pus or something coming out of my breast. I've always dealt with body aches and pains. I've always like I said, like in my stomach area, like where it used to like affect me, like where my organs, and I'm talking about like my ovaries and stuff like that. And I'm young, so this is something that something that I shouldn't even been dealing with at a very young age. But yes, I used to have a lot of pain and stuff in my ovaries. Like I said, I used to, as a teenager, I had bad menstrual cycles to the point to where I was vomiting. Like I would literally be sick every time I would come on my cycle. My cycles was so heavy and the pain was so unbearable to the point to where I went to doctors for all of these concerns all of my life, but to be told that everything is normal, I'm perfectly fine. Now I'm not going into all the details because it's definitely graphic and everybody cannot handle my story. My story is not for everybody, so I'm just giving y'all a little description of it because I know how people can be. So, to get back to what I was saying, I was even going to the doctors for these concerns. And yes, doctors was calling me like they was calling me a liar. They was saying wasn't nothing wrong with me. They was calling me crazy. When I say the medicine that they gave me even stronger medicine. That ibuprofen didn't help me to the point to where they had to prescribe me hydrocodone because of the pain, and even that didn't work at times. That was how serious like the pain was, but I definitely dealt with it. I tried to hide it because not even the doctors, even family members used to, say some things or that I was putting on. I'm not hurting, ain't nothing. It was the same thing even with my loved ones. So I couldn't even go to them and like talk to nobody about that. Like, I'm young, I don't know what's going on, but I knew what I was feeling. And couldn't nobody tell me. When I say, y'all, the stuff that I had to deal with concerning like my body at a young age, the leaking of the breast was just one problem. I'm not going into the details about the other stuff, but it was womanly stuff, or what you call womanly stuff that a woman go through in her teenage years or older. I was dealing with stuff like that at a young age. But yes, like just dealing with that. I didn't have nobody that I can depend on. I couldn't even depend on the doctors. I couldn't even depend on my family at the time. Like, do you not know like how that felt at that time and how it took such a toll on me, to the point to where I shut down. I just handled my pain and stuff the way that I did. Like, I just got numb to it. I got used like to dealing with the pain. Like, when I say it was a constant thing, it was most definitely a constant thing, on and off. And I used to be like, something is wrong. Like, I just knew something was wrong. All I could say was what I was feeling. And I'm not going to go into details about that. That's for another time, but there have been times that I have been pregnant as well. I've had so many miscarriages, to the point to where it's too uncountable because my body has been rejecting my pregnancies. And I'm going to get more into detail about that because that is a thing, unfortunately, due to my condition that I have, and that happens, and I can't do anything about it. I can't control what my body does. It's almost like being pregnant is foreign to my body. I even had times where I carried full term twice. One, I had to have surgery to get the baby removed. The baby was fully grown and didn't fully develop. the baby was literally sitting on top of my bladder. Yes. So that was one. But then I also, one time, the other time was with my twins. My body just pretty much absorbed them. Like, how do you explain something like that? I'm like, what the heck? How does this happen? Like, it's so unheard of. Is You would think that it's not normal. But yes, I was definitely full term, but my body pretty much absorbed. It was like it just absorbed, like it just wasn't there. That's something that you still try to get answers to and don't nobody have answers to, but you know for a fact that your body has been doing these things for years, and finally being diagnosed and finally speaking to somebody or a doctor that's experienced in that area to tell you, yes, with an autoimmune disease, that's what I have, an autoimmune, which is called sarcoidosis, which is a condition to where you have inflammation in your body. It can affect any part or any organ in your body. But being able to finally get an answer, y'all, I didn't get an answer all the way until 2019 about what my body has been doing. Everything that I have been telling doctors for years has been what's been happening to my body. Y'all, I wasn't even a teenager and I knew something was wrong. I just kept saying something is wrong. Like, why does this keep happening? Like, to me, y'all, all I knew was pain. That's all I had to deal with. Dealing with being nauseous, dealing with headaches, dealing with bowel issues, stomach issues, and body aches and pain and stuff, and painful menstrual cycles. I could not catch a break. And just dealing with that, like, it just took a toll on me. Y'all, I didn't start having my cycles until I probably say 9.5, 10. I wasn't a teenager yet. But that's when all of that started. But before that, I was already dealing with some stuff at a young age, concerning my body, that you would be like, she too young to be dealing with that. But then to fast forward, dealing with the other stuff, like the symptoms and stuff got worse. Then of course, like the miscarriages and everything in my teenage years. And it's one of them things where it literally took to 2013, literally, for them to find the first answer. Like, it's not just one thing that I was dealing with. I also have endometriosis. Endometriosis is where the tissue grows on the outside of your organs, meaning it can affect any part of your organ as well. The difference between the two is that one, which is the endometriosis, it grows on top of your organs, and the sarcoid is inside the organs. So can you imagine that's almost like a cancer affecting your body, your to where your system, your whole body system can shut down at any minute, and people be looking at me like I'm crazy when I don't go out, when I don't do a thing, because y'all, like, I be so tired, I can't control it. I be so drained. You would think that I'm allergic to being outside. That's how bad the condition is, and it's been affecting my body in so many ways. I deal with like the numbness and tingling sensations like throughout my body. I've I've pretty much how can I say it? When you have an allergic reaction, that's like my condition. It's kind of like my body has became so allergic to so much things, whether I was used to it or whether or not. You can't even predict it because it switches sometimes. Like I have no control over that. And when I itch, when it gets uncontrollable, or when I have a real bad flare, it feel like my body is literally on fire. So yeah, that's some stuff that I'm dealing with. I'm still dealing with it. I'm getting treatment right now. I do the Remicade infusions. When they first diagnosed me with the sarcoid, when they finally, from 2013, I wasn't diagnosed with the sarcoid. I didn't get diagnosed with the sarcoid, the autoimmune disease, all the way until 2019, because these conditions that I have are silent killers. When this was going on when I was young, they didn't have an answer for what I was going through. It could have been an answer, but doctors literally shut me down. Literally, they didn't want to go further or anything. So it literally took years for me to get the proper treatment that I'm getting now. It took years. Think about that. If I'm saying that I've been dealing with this illness, sickness all my life, from a child to, I'm saying like before, because I can't say when it actually started, but this is what I know all my life, all the way up until 9 to 9.5, 10 years old, when my cycle started. Y'all, I just turned 31. My birthday is June 4th. So do the calculation. You would know how old I was and everything and how long it took. If I'm 31, I've been dealing with this thing pretty much all my life. I wasn't diagnosed with the endometriosis until 2013. I wasn't diagnosed with the sarcoid until 2019. So it literally took that long when it was there all along. They just couldn't see it. It's those conditions that you can't see that are silent killers. People really deal with stuff like that. And a lot of doctors don't take that seriously. I'm telling you, you got them doctors that'll be like, oh no, that's impossible, or they'll try to say, oh no, that'll never happen, or like they'll try to, you know what I'm saying, like down the situation or water the situation down. And this is what I've had to deal with all my life, like literally going against what they're saying. Like, how you gonna tell me how I feel? It's not in my head. Why would I want to fake something painful like that, even though you got some people that would? Not me though. Like, I've had to deal with that even recently, y'all. I ain't even say that. I'm going through a situation with my eyes. The sarcoid has caused. That's the thing. The sarcoid affects your eyes. That's why I say it can affect any part of your body, to the point I have inflammation in my eyes. It developed into anterior uveitis. Do your research, to the point to where the cataracts develop. Y'all, I had an issue with seeing, to the point to where I could have went blind. This is how serious the situation is. And I had just had an appointment with my eye doctor recently. And guess what she told me? Because this is what happened. This is a little story. It ain't going to be long because this video is already a little long. But I had been dealing with a bad flare up. Like it's been over a month. I'm still having it, but it's not as bad as it was or well, when I went to the appointment, is slowing down now. And I even went to my primary care doctor, and they was like, for some reason, this has been the worst season for everybody that's dealing with allergies. But check this out, y'all. For all my life, I have never dealt with no allergic reaction. I have not been allergic to anything that I don't know of. But dealing with this condition, everything affects my body, my skin. When I say like it's unpredictable stuff that I'm used to, and then the stuff that you ain't used to, it don't matter if it's a healthy thing or if it's, you know what I'm saying, a non-healthy thing. My body, it's like my body is confused. That's the thing with the autoimmune. It's like your body is confused. It's supposed to fight off the bad stuff, but my body is fighting all the good for my body. So let me get back to what I'm saying. So when I said something to her, because my body rejects, it can reject anything. It don't matter what it is. I was telling her because I have to be on eye drops, and it gets to a point to where with me at some point my body would end up rejecting something. And I told her, I was like, my eyes been hurting so bad, and I was like, I think that my eyes are rejecting the eye drops, because it has happened to me before with another eye doctor that I was with. He changed my eye drops. But this is what she had to say. She was like, that's not gonna happen. That's not possible. Y'all, she was so pissed. She was so pissed at the fact that yes, I've had to have surgery. That's why I say, y'all, it's so much more that that y'all don't know, but I'm just giving y'all a little background. Yes, I've had to have surgery to get the cataract removed, because cataracts in both of my eyes. I haven't had surgery on my left eye yet. They only did the right eye because that was my worst eye. Like y'all, when I say I couldn't get around, I had to have help getting around, like being outside, like I couldn't do nothing by myself. So it's one of them things where, okay, now with the surgery, they're trying to get me to see better. Hopefully, that we get great results. Okay, it seemed like it was going good after the surgery, but when I came back for my second appointment, come to find out, it wasn't a success. I can see better a little bit. Like I can definitely see more than I have ever seen during this time from 2019, because this thing with my vision started in one eye in 2019. So I can definitely see better. This is why I'm able to do stuff I wouldn't have been able to do this. Like, you get what I'm saying? So that lets you know my vision is definitely a little bit better, but my vision is still blurry. I still have inflammation in my eyes. And the thing about the surgery, y'all, the surgery isn't isn't always the solution to the problem, because I can still go blind. The same thing can happen if I have a bad flare up and my body like rejects everything. When I say none of my medicines was working before I had this appointment with her, it had been over a month. None of my medicines wasn't working. Like, my medicines stopped working. Nothing wasn't like helping, and I was just dealing with it. Like, I had to deal with it. So I had to substitute it for something else that was working a little bit, but it didn't work as much. I still had, the bad allergies, like my skin and stuff. Like, y'all see, look, I'm itching now. But I'm just saying, like, with all of that, like, this bad skin irritation and everything, and I'm telling her what I've been dealing with and my medicines and stuff not working, and she told me that that's not possible. And when I say y'all, she was pissed because she she tried to tell me that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, and you've been doing what you're supposed to do. You following, like, you following up, and you doing the eye drops and everything, but it's not your fault that it's not working. Like, she was literally mad because now it's like she was like, we at square one again, because my vision, the inflammation has came back in the eye when I got the surgery. Because I do get infusions, it helps now. It will go away, but you have to remember this is a chronic illness and the inflammation is still in my body. So when I have a flare up, it can go back in my eyes or in whatever area part of my body. And that's pretty much what it did, y'all. And she was mad at me and she was like, I deal with patients with this condition and like it's been a success. She was like, I'm speaking from what I know, but I'm like, if you speaking from what you know, you cannot speak on my situation. Like I've been dealing with this for years. You get what I'm saying? And you trying to tell me that that's not what's going on and this is exactly what's been going on. When they diagnosed me with the sarcoidosis, my rheumatologist, when she diagnosed me, everything that I've been saying, yes, my body rejects. That's what I was telling her. She was saying no. She was like, your body not going to reject medicine. How are you going to tell me you are not me? It has happened before. Like when I say y'all, she pissed me off and I was supposed to been making another appointment. Y'all, I was so heated with the situation because usually I don't let stuff like that bother me, but that right there got under my skin because y'all dealing with that all your life and now you have the solution to your problem to where somebody is telling you that that's not going on and you know what's going on. I'm like, you don't know what I've dealt with. You don't know what I had to go through. And for you to say that, for you to be who you are, she's a great doctor. I don't take that from her. And that's what I can't stand about doctors. Doctors are vital, but you have those doctors that are so nasty that they would ignore you. They'll tell you, like I said, that that's impossible, like that can't happen. And I'm gonna tell y'all another thing. This is an example of that one. Now, when this first started, I was pregnant. Um, I probably was like, I want to say maybe like six or I'll probably say like maybe 6 weeks in. Y'all, I took a pregnancy test and it was positive. It had a dark line and a light line. But one thing about me, this is what I know. I know it too well. It always happens to me. When that happens, I be like, the way that my body is, I already know about time I go to the doctor. It's going, you know what I'm saying? My body gonna reject it. This always happens. But I took the pregnancy test in because the pregnancy test had got lighter and that was like my concern. I was coming to see, how things would, like to make sure everything was okay. And tell me why he was a young doctor. And guess what he told me, y'all? He said, oh, he looked at the pregnancy test and you can see the two lines clearly. He was like, oh, he was like, that means that you're not pregnant. I'm like, what? You get what I'm saying? And it even shows you how it looked on the box, the light and the dark line. But unfortunately, my body did the same thing that it's been doing for years. When I went and I already knew that I was like, up, it's gonna be like, because that's what they do. That'd be like that you wasn't pregnant when you was actually pregnant. Your body just, you know how when you had your cycle and stuff like, and it's like nothing never happened. It's like your body aborts it on its own to where it's like you were never pregnant, but and you were indeed. It was just that your body didn't hold that pregnancy. So yeah, he told me that, and I've had to deal with that with so many doctors. Y'all, it took me all the way into 2019 to finally get results. Do you not know how happy I was about that to finally be like, oh my God, all I knew, I knew something was wrong. And now, like, I'm able to tell people, yes, this is a thing. But when I tell you people are not ready for like my story is not made for everybody. When I say that I was created for the impossible, I was created for the impossible. Like, that's my testimony. So, like, can't nobody ever tell me different because I lived it. I went through this. So, how dare you tell me that this is not what I'm going through? It's all in my head. You're completely normal. That's not a thing. That's impossible. You're crazy. You over exaggerate. And this is stuff, even doctors, I'm just saying, I've had to deal with it all, y'all. Yeah. And that's pretty much like that's my story, like my background. I had to get up here and talk about that because today has been one of those days for me to where I've been in the bed all day. I have not been feeling good all day, but I just wanted to bring awareness to this. But I also say, like I said, disclaimer, still go get checked out. Doctors are vital. I'm not telling you not to go, but there are definitely some doctors that don't care. You get what I'm saying? They won't go further. Like, y'all know them doctors, and sometimes you have to cuss them out or put them in their place. But yes, you will eventually, like if you're dealing with that, I'm telling you, you will finally get a doctor that's going to do everything. But I'm telling you, don't give up. Keep pushing. And one thing about me, I do my research. Do your research on this stuff. It's real. It's serious. Like, it's literally that serious to life and death, to where my body can shut down well, not every, but in at any second or in any minute. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's definitely a serious matter. But I've dealt with it. I've definitely dealt with it, but I didn't deal with it alone. Like, God has been with me this whole time. And I'm telling you, like, it's been a heck of a journey dealing with that. But yes, definitely do your research. Definitely stay up on your checkups, because I don't care what they say. You know your body. When I tell y'all, dealing with this, I had to learn about my body. It forced me to learn more about my body more at a young age, to where now I can tell you exactly what my body is going to do before it do it. Then when I get to the doctor, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what's going on. Like, I can pretty much tell the doctor before it's happening that that's what's going on, and it be exactly that. That's how much in tune I am with my body. When I say getting checked out, because y'all, everything don't show up in your blood. Everything don't show up in like the scans and stuff like that. It don't. I've dealt with that. I've been misdiagnosed so many times, to where it wasn't even that. Yeah, it was. I'm gonna tell you how it was. It wasn't necessarily that thing that I was misdiagnosed with. It was that, but what caused it, the reason for making that misdiagnosed to seem like that's what's really going on, it was like it was a cover up for what was really going on. It was the sarcoid, because with the sarcoid, it affects your body to where it can cause you to catch infections. Like, when I say your body is so vulnerable to where it can affect like any area of your body, like, you get what I'm saying, to where you thinking that is this one thing, and it's so much stuff that's going on. And that's what's going on with me. I used to be misdiagnosed with stuff that wasn't really what it was. It was the sarcoid causing that. So yes, y'all, like, these silent killers are real. Like, stay on it. When you feel like, I'm telling you, when you know, you know. And like I said, I knew, and it ended up being just that. And it's unfortunate, because this condition is definitely causing a lot more conditions. Like, y'all, when I say it's causing a lot more, it's affecting my sleep. it's affecting my heart. Like, what I'm just saying, like, it's affecting everything. Now I have a irregular heartbeat. When I say, y'all, dealing with this thing for years has caused major depression and PTSD, because that's what I am used to. Like, that's been traumatic. That was traumatic to me, dealing with that at a young age. You get what I'm saying? To the point to where I've had suicidal moments. You get what I'm saying? That was how bad it is. Like, I'm just saying, like, I've dealt with it. And I'm gonna leave it at that. And that's my story, y'all, for today. Yeah. But until next time, you guys, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.